Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at a fish and a wish. It is one of my absolute favourites. It's in the annual catalogue, and you have a fish builder punch which will punch out this one and this one, and you have all of these lovely other shapes. It's beautiful. I've used it a lot, but it just worked well with this particular card. And I've also used the free hippo dies, which are available during Saleabration until the end of August. So we're halfway through now, and it's this one because it cuts out the most lovely waves. And what I've done is, I've already done this bit. I've literally just cut out a whole pile of different scraps, laid them on with a blue background, and literally just given myself some waves. I've used some old scraps, old colours, and just literally built up that scene. Very easy to do. So don't forget the dies. They don't have to be just used for the hippo. I used something on these the other day, and that one is a real favourite because I love that sort of wave look. So hippo's available, or the hippo dies, until the end of August, and that's free with a qualifying spend. Details below to my shop are always linked in, so if you subscribe and hit the notification button, you'll always have any of the videos I post. But also there's always a link on each one of the videos through to my shop. There's details of Saleabration on there, so I'm not going to go into it too much. So I've done this one. The actual card was cut for me at 4.5 by 3, and then I just did increments up, and I've just done a sort of a base thing. So that's the bit of base that I've got. I've taken that, which is roughly 1/4 of an inch smaller, not quite. I've done a white piece, I've done a blue piece, and again, if you've got scraps, they might not be perfectly symmetrical, but as long as you've got a bit of a border coming through. And then I've got that because I thought that that would lift it a bit, because this piece was quite small, because the die cut doesn't cut. You can do 2 pieces, but it doesn't come right the way across. So I'm now going to use the fish for this because I wanted to sort of build up a bit of a scene going on. And I also want to put, I'm getting into putting my stickers on, which is something that I haven't done very much at all. But I really like the fact that you can do them with, so let's do the ones that we're going to use. So I literally just take the sticker off, put it down on my block, take the backing off, which, as I say, I'm not the best at doing all of this because my hands don't work particularly well. But so you've now got your image on there. Then you just need to take your and I think this one is the same either way, isn't it? Yes, it is. It doesn't really matter which way up it is, because actually it does, because you've got a darker bit. So that's the little bottom bit. So we need that bottom bit down at the bottom. So that's the little bottom bit. So I need to make sure that that goes up at the top. And then all I need to do is to just make sure that I've lined it up, put it down, and I've then got it on there. And then to peel it off, you literally just have to take it from the edge and peel it. So I'm really quite enjoying putting those on now. I want the little one as well, don't I? So I think the little one is the same. Let me have a look on the outside. The little fish is the same both ways up. I think it's got, I think it is. Say sometimes they are difficult to tell, so let's have a look and see. I want this little one off, so the first thing we do is we take it off of there and we just put it on here. Then we take the backing off and it comes off in the middle, so you can peel it off and peel it off. Those are the only two that I'm going to use, so I'm only going to do those now. Okay, so I think it is, I think it looks the same whichever way around it is. That's in the center, so I think that it is a difficult one, isn't it? Because that's up at the top. So if that's up at the top, we need to make sure that that piece comes up at the top like that. So again, just try and get it as centered as you can. Put it down. And then again, just peel it from the side and it will come up. Just as I say, make sure that you take your finger in, because otherwise it'll take the foam away. But as I say, I am quite enjoying using them, so I am going to be doing the rest of them. But I know that a lot of you know that tip, and I've used it before and shown you, but I just thought as I was doing it, I would show you. So I've got just little bits of scraps and things that I've got left over, because I do like to use my scraps up, and I need to sort of get blue tones coming in. So I'm going to, let's put that there for a minute, just while I get some colours out. I've got quite a few different blues. Okay, so these are my scraps, which are all sorts of colours, and I just wanted to do my fish maybe in sort of blues and greens, but I haven't really decided completely. I think that they would work nicely like that. So let's put, I think I can actually get a smaller block on this one. So let's take that block, which is a little bit smaller. That might make it easier, mightn't it? I need to clean that one. I've got bits of glue and goodness knows what. I use them for colouring and all sorts. Okay, so we need to put, can I get 2 in on there? I need to have a look at my punch. So the punch, it comes that way. So I need to make sure that I'm stamping it that way so that I can punch it out that way. And I'm going to do it in, I think I want it in a few colours. So if I just ink it up like this. Now you can use the stamparatus, but, and again, I tend to do it this way if I want it to come out. And then let's just see. And I'm going to put this against this. Yes, I think I'm going to do it in a couple of colours. So I've got lots of scraps. So I think if I take the Tahitian Tide, and then I want the mint macaron. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sponge dauber, just grab those, and then I can just sponge around the sides. By doing that, it means that you're not infecting your ink with another colour. So I think that's mint macaron. So I just need to get quite a lot up. And then I'm just going to go round the sides. Maybe a little bit in like that. See what that looks like. it's not, maybe it's not particularly juicy. Let's try it the other way around, shall we? It is, there's a little bit of a difference, not a huge amount. So I'm going to do one, let's do one the other way around. So let's do it with, might actually need to refresh my meat macaron and put the new one in. So that's my Tahitian Tide. So let's take that one and take that way and see if that's given it a little bit more. Oh, that's nice. Yes, so we've got different colours coming through. If I show you the difference, each one is slightly different. So that's got like that, that's got like that, that's got like that. So I'm going to punch each one out to just see which one I prefer. You can do the fins, but I'm not overly keen on the fins, to be quite honest. So that's one. I quite like just the fish as fish. If you wanted to make them three-dimensional, obviously putting the fins on makes them all three-dimensional, but I just quite like them as they are. This one in. And take that one out. Okay, so I've now got 3 of those. They can go in the scrap bin, and then I can have a look and see which one I prefer. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. And in fact, I think that one, because that's got the 2 tones, I can take the fish up this way. Maybe put it on the top. There's quite nice. Okay, so I'm going to take those, and then I've also got, so I can do that the other way round with the little one. I quite like the idea of using the little one. Let's just get my Simply Chamois and put that on there. Then I can take this one off, and we'll put this one in on here, and we'll do a little one. I think that will fit in. Might actually get it on the bottom of each one of these. So the little one, I think I'm going to do the same sort of, I do actually quite like it with the mint macaron and then a little bit of the blue. So that's the mint macaron, and then I want a little bit of the blue coming through. So let's, if I can open it, so we can put this one in, just have a few little bits coming through like that. Put that one on. Let me have a look at the punch and see which way it's going. That way. So we'll put this one in like that. Oh, that's a nice one. And then we'll pop him in here, and then we can just punch him out. So that's that little one out. Now I don't know how many I want. I don't think I want too many, but let's have a little look and see what it's looking like. I quite like that coming through. Maybe one like that. I do want to take another one, and I want to take it up the other way, and I think I'm going to use it all in the Tahitian Tide. I quite like that, the bright against the dark. So let's pop this one in, and we'll have that down the bottom, like that. Then I can give it a bit of a clean up. Now there's lots of other pieces that I could have added to it, and we might have a play around with a few things. Let me just punch this one out and we'll see what it's starting to look like. So I need this one in here. That's why I love a punch, because it's so easy. You can take it with you anyway. And we're just coming up to holiday season. So summer holidays is notoriously August. So, you know, it's the sort of time that if you are wanting to go away, whether it's in a caravan, hotel or whatever, and you want to take a few bits with you, it's quite a good way of doing it. Okay, so do I want one coming through like that? I do kind of like it like that, actually. Let's have a look and see what that's looking like on here with all of those. That's looking quite good. Okay, so I do want to add some texture to it, and I really love, as you know, this is one of my favourite pieces, this one and these, because then it adds that sort of vintage look to it. I'm not going to stick those on. So we've got this one and this one, and I want to do it in something that's quite dark, so I think the Orchid Oasis will work. So let's take this in. I'm putting it on a larger, will it fit on this small block? Yes, I think it probably will. So let me just take this one out, put this one on the block. It doesn't matter where it is. And I think I probably want, I definitely want the Orchid Oasis, and I'm going to do that for the seaweed, because I want that to come out quite nicely. So I'm just going to take some seaweed coming sort of through on there to just see how that looks. Yes, that's going to work. When I take another bit down on there, and I'm going to take another piece just up there to just give that sort of distressed type look on it. Now I could have done it before I put it together, but I actually quite like to do it afterwards just to make it a little bit different. Now I want a different colour on this, and I'm not sure. I want it a little bit, I don't know if I want it a little bit darker or a little bit lighter. I think I am going to take it a little bit darker. I'm going to take the Starry Sky for this one. So let's, once I can open it. So let's have a little look at Starry Sky. And I was going to put a piece of, let me just put a piece of scrap in. I've got some bits of scrap in on here that I don't really want, so let's just put this in. Oh yes, that's nice. And then we're going to take this across on the waves a bit. I think that's probably maybe one just up at the top. That I think will work. So we've got some of that coming through. And then I do like that colouring. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a, oops, let's help if I clean it off properly. So I'm going to take the, opening it up again. They're so stiff, these things. I wish they'd bring the old ones back. I know it's like use, what are we supposed to use? Candle and wax and stuff like that, and you just turn around and go, don't really want to do that. Right, okay, so I'm going to take this and just take it over from the edge. I'm taking it through on here as well because I just want that sort of slightly distressed look. Which is why I want it to come just through on the edge like that. That's perfect. So that's just added a little bit of texture to it, which I think just brings it out quite nicely. So let's have all our layers and things. Now, these are scrap pieces, so I'm not worried too much about cutting things out of it because a lot of these are quite old. Now let me just get my glue. What have I done with my glue? I had it a minute ago because I was doing something with it, wasn't I? Maybe I need to get another one out. I always end up with a couple of glues on the go at the same time, particularly as it's been very hot and humid and it's still very warm. Okay, so we want our white piece on next, don't we? So I'm putting my white piece on like that, and then I'm going to have my blue. Which just goes in on the center here, like that. Then that one goes in on top. I'll put that one in on the center. Like that. That can then go in on here. Which is on our card base. Let's bring that down a bit so that it's about even. Like that. And then we've got our little fishes to go in. So I wanted one down there, one down there, one. Take that the other direction, can't we? We were going to have this one, weren't we? Because that blends in nicely. And then I'm going to have I quite like that bright blue, so I'll have the bright blues at the bottom. Different colours, and then we'll have those two coming that way. Do I want two going one direction, two going the other? I think I do, yes. So I can put those on with, in fact I am going to just glue them on, I think. I don't think I want to have the extra dimension. I could do, but I think they'll work quite nicely. Just put down like that, because you've got all the texture of the sea coming up, but you've also blended it all through, so you can then take it up from sort of one layer to another. So that's 1, 2. This one up this way. So we'll put this one in on here. And then we'll turn this one around and have this one in the other way. To go up that way. So we've now got this that, as I say, just stretches through like that, and then all we need to do is to add a sentiment. And I do like the sentiments in here, but I like mixing and matching them because it's got a sea of thanks and love never fails, and I like a sea of love, and I like putting it in just sort of cutting it out and putting it in slightly sort of distressed. So let's have a sea and love, and then we can just cut it up. So I can put this one on here, and I'm going to do it again. I've got these little pieces of scrap left, so I should be able to put something on each one of those, and I'm going to take it in the dark, I think, or do I want to take it in, I think the dark, because it'll show up better. So we'll have this one, which is, we just want the love bit to be on, don't we? So that's Love Never Fails. Give that a quick, oops. And then this is a C of, whoops. You can tell it's hot, can't you? Because I'm doing things upside down and inside out a bit. So I just want a C on here, don't I? So I can just put it across there. So as long as I have the C coming through, that's all I want. And then I'm going to put this. So you can mix and match words, and you can then put them, clean that off properly. You can then just take them out together. So let's have a C of, take it fairly tight, like that, and then I can just take that down like that. So that's going to be a C. We could put that on there, a C of, and then we can just have the love. So I'm just cutting that up. That in like that. I can put the love bit on there like that. That works beautifully. And we don't need to add anything more to it, because that's, and it's not straight, but it doesn't need to be straight, because the words can just be cut quite sort of randomly, because that's the sort of look that we want. So a C of, and then put that in with the love. And put that in there. So I'm keeping it straight, but I'm not worrying so much about it being, and I don't want it matted, because the die cut, the punches aren't matted. But you've got a really lovely, using the free hippo dies to give that texture in on there, little bit of extra with the A Fish and a Wish, and you've got a Sea of Love, which makes a lovely card, perfect for a masculine card as well. You know, we don't do as many masculine cards as we could, and I think that makes a lovely card. So, as always, thank you so much for watching me. Please be safe, please be well, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.